Welcome back to the F&S Network. This is Matt, one half of the F&S Podcast. This is a special segment today. I'm here to break down the finals and give my predictions, or the finals matchups, right? Josh couldn't make it in on this segment. He tried to, but he just couldn't. Things just didn't work out that way. So Saturday, we're going to talk more about this as far as digging into the bench side of things and stuff like that. And you have his prediction on Saturday, and we do that episode, and that will be up either Saturday night or Sunday. So stay tuned for that. But for the time being, I'm going to break down the starting lineup matchups and then give my prediction for the NBA Finals. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share the content. I greatly appreciate it. So pretty much, I think everybody knows who listens to the podcast. I predict Dallas to win. I don't know how many games. Maybe we'll come with that conclusion when I'm done breaking this down. But I'm going for Dallas. That was my pick to go to the finals in the West. My pick in the East was Cleveland. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. I was wrong with that. We here with Boston. So, the point guard matchup, Jrue Holiday versus Luka Doncic, right? We all know Luka has the advantage. That's point blank, period. I mean, can Jrue shut down Luka? No. No one can. The age keeps switching. I don't know what's true exactly and what's not, but they say he was playing pro ball since he was 14, then it goes to 16. I'm going to just go with 16. You know, it could be earlier. Either way it goes. He's been playing with grown men since an early teen. I don't think Jrue Holiday shakes Luka Doncic. He's not shooking him whatsoever. So, Luka has the advantage point blank period, because even on the defensive end, yeah, Luka is not a good defender, but Jrue Holiday offense ain't all that like that either. You're not really worried about Jrue Holiday on the offense. He's not about to pop off of you 25 or 30 and nothing like that. He's out there for defense for the most part. So, I mean, he doesn't make dumb plays. It's not like you can just ignore him on offense, but he's not necessarily a threat. So it weighs more on Doncic's side as far as the matchup, because Jrue Holiday can only disrupt him, and even then, you're still not stopping Luka. Luka is bigger and stronger than folks give credit for, or even know or realize. So once Luka start putting that body on him, man, I don't think Jrue Holiday gonna be able to really do nothing with that. Honestly, he can disrupt him a little bit, but I don't think he really affects Luka in that sense. I think he wins that matchup pretty easily. Derek White, Kyrie Irving, come on, man, that's obvious. Kyrie Irving, there's nothing Derek White can do with him whatsoever. I don't think there's nothing anybody can do on Boston's team to deal with Kyrie Irving. Just put that out there. Derek White, he's decent to me. He's decent. You know what I'm saying? Product of his environment. I'm not knocking Derek White. He all right. He a good role player, but matched up against Kyrie, he gonna have a tough series ahead of him. And Kyrie even playing a little bit of better defense. You know what I mean? He playing a little bit of defense. I'm not saying he's some ball stopper, but he been doing a little something. But Derek White ain't all that on offense either. So I don't think that backcourt matchup weighs heavily on Dallas' side of things, right? Jaylen Brown, Derrick Jones Jr. I don't think there's anything Derrick Jones Jr. can necessarily do with Jaylen Brown, except, you know, with length. That's it. Like, he could bother him with length, but I don't think he moved on his feet quick enough to guard Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, I like Jaylen Brown, right? I think Jaylen Brown is dope. I'm not gonna say he overrated. I'm not gonna say that, but Jaylen Brown is dope. Mind you, we've talked about this, and I feel like, you know, the Celtics stars is number 2 options. Like, they're number 2s, they're not number 1s, and that's the thing. Like, you got 2 number 1s with the Mavericks. You know, Kyrie could be a number 1 if he wanted to. Luka could be a number 1, right? And then you got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. They both seem to be number 2s. So, I mean, I like Jaylen Brown. he obviously has the advantage over Derrick Jones. Derrick Jones is not messing with Jaylen Brown. Only thing he can do is disrupt him with length, and I don't think that's really gonna bother him all like that. You know what I mean? You got pump fakes, hezzies, things. He's quicker on his feet than him and everything. Like, I mean, they gonna need some help. They gonna have to use help defense with him. He can't guard Jaylen Brown one-on-one. That's kind of easy work for Jaylen Brown, if you ask me. Jason Tatum, PJ Washington. PJ Washington been handling his business. Now, is he a better basketball player than Jason Tatum? Absolutely not. But if PJ Washington play in the paint, I don't think Tatum can deal with him because Tatum is not no power forward. Jason Tatum is not a power forward. They got him listed as a power forward on this depth chart here. You know what I'm saying? Jason Tatum is a literal 2 guard and a 3. He could play the 2 and the 3. He's probably mainly a 2 if you want to be honest. And he can play the 3, but they got him slotted at the 4. So if Dallas play this right, they should be eating down low with Tatum down there. Like, Tatum is not a 4. PJ Washington should be able to get whatever he want against him down low, right? He should be able to get whatever he want against him down low. Now, can PJ Washington stop Jason Tatum? No. Jason Tatum gets in his own way because he's inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? So this matchup is up to Tatum as far as like on the offensive end here, because PJ Washington can't guard Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying? Jason Tatum guards himself a lot of time. He gets inconsistent, things like that. You know what I mean? He don't have it in his chest like I would like. If Jason Tatum had a killer mentality, killer attitude about things, this wouldn't even be a question at all. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it still shouldn't be a question as far as Jason Tatum on the offensive end against PJ Washington. I mean, even if you get PJ Washington down low like that, Tatum still wins this matchup because he's going to have the ball in his hands more than PJ Washington, right? I mean, Kyrie, Luka, they throw lobs and stuff like that, but them lobs go to Gafford a lot and Lively. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, PJ Washington could take advantage of him down low, but how often will he get the ball down low? Not saying that they hogging or anything like that, but that's just the pecking order of this situation here. So Tatum's going to have more chance to dominate PJ Washington, and PJ Washington has more chance to dominate him. So that matchup automatically goes to Tatum just off skill set alone. But if we doing like actual matchups with position, PJ Washington should win that matchup down low without a problem. But are they going to play that way? Is he going to get the ball down there like that? Are they going to exploit that matchup down there like that? We got to wait and see if Jason Kidd's going to do that. Daniel Gafford, Kristaps Porzingis. This the thing. Kristaps, if he's healthy, that's a big problem for Gafford, right? Because Kristaps take you long range. He can rebound. He can play down. Kristaps is dope. He's fire. He's always injury prone, man. He's worse than Anthony Davis when it comes to that. So, but Gafford to give him some problems too now. Gafford to give him some problems too, especially on the pick and roll. I don't think Kristaps can recover that quick from a pick and roll. You know what I'm saying? I think Gafford can catch him by surprise with some putback dunks and things like that. Gafford moves more quicker. He has an advantage over Kristaps. Like Kristaps have a shooting advantage over him as far as perimeter game, shooting the 3 and things like that. But I think I will edge Gafford with down low presence versus Kristaps because he really don't play down. Kristaps have the ability to do it, he just don't. But even if he did do it, I don't think he'd do it better than Gafford. Is making a name for himself. Gafford is handling his business, and Gafford is gonna get paid. It's just that simple. He's showing his value, and I think with his high motor and things like that, that's going to give Kristaps more problems than Kristaps give him more problems. Now depending if they do the pick and pop thing, Kristaps going to get off. If they picking and popping and dishing it to Kristaps in that perimeter, on that perimeter, and that's the disadvantage. That's the advantage Kristaps have over Gafford. If Kristaps bring him out there in that perimeter, there's nothing really Gafford can do with that. There's nothing you really can do. with that, except hope he missed, honestly. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think with Kristaps' injury history and his him being so fragile, and with Gafford's energy down, I give Gafford the edge just for those reasons. Now, if this was all 100% healthy and things like this, it'd be a better matchup. I just don't trust Kristaps. I don't trust Kristaps to be available. I mean, they say he's playing, he's expected to play. They didn't say if he's 100% or not. I don't know if he is, but there's advantages that Kristaps has, advantages Gafford has. I like Gafford toughness and his ability to play down low. I would rather rely on that more than 3-point shooting, if that makes sense. But Kristaps, like I said, he has an advantage that if they utilize that, that's going to be a problem for the Mavericks to deal with. As far as Kristaps, in order for Boston to win this series, I think they need great play from all three of their stars, which is Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and Kristaps. It can't be Tatum and Brown versus Kyrie and Luka, because those two guys aren't better than Kyrie. Like, Jason Tatum isn't better than Luka Doncic, and Jaylen Brown isn't better than Kyrie Irving. Period. Whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Now, you do got a guy who's more talented than you got a third guy there, which is Kristaps Porzingis, who to me could be the X factor in this situation for Boston. Just like Josh said that Tim Hardaway should get more minutes. He should be somewhat of an X factor for Dallas. And you got Lively coming off the bench too. Lively, him and Gafford play a similar style, so you got that energy that's constant at that center position. I think that also is going to give Kristaps problems. That's going to give him problems because they don't have the down low presence to deal with all that energy that Dallas have down low. You know what I'm saying? They just not. I don't think they have the guys to deal with that. If you want to keep it real, Al Horford not finna deal with that. He can't really deal with that with his older age. And then you got Kristaps, who's injury prone. He can't deal with that. So once they start picking and popping and throwing lobs, it's gonna be. I don't know how Boston gonna deal with that. You know what I'm saying? But if Kristaps start popping off, that's going to be an issue, you know what I'm saying, for Dallas, because I don't think Dallas can necessarily deal with that. So Kristaps, to me, is the X factor of this whole series. If Kristaps is 100% healthy and he played the way I think he could, and if they utilize Kristaps more than normal, that gives Boston, dare I say, some sort of an edge. Because if you're looking at Dallas, you got two cold scorers, and that's about it. Like, you got Luka, Kyrie. Those are bona fide, I'm getting it off the dribble guys right there. Derrick Jones not doing that. PJ Washington not doing that. Gafford not doing that. Tim Hardaway is all right. You know what I'm saying? Dante Exum. You know what I mean? Like, so you got the Celtics, you got Jaylen Brown who can get his own shot, whether he don't go left or not, he get his own shot. Tatum get his own shot. Kristaps, pick and pop, or whatever the case, he can throw it on the floor a little bit too, he can get his own shot. So you got three dudes that can get their own shot, and if they get hot like that, that's going to be a problem. The issue is, are they going to be consistent? Because Boston's issues is inconsistency. Now, Dallas haven't been playing great basketball through these playoffs, if you want to be honest. They have not been playing great basketball, and they still got to the finals. So that says something right there. Then, Boston, they had that easy path. I don't care if nobody say they had an easy path. You know what I mean? Even though I picked Cleveland, they had an easy path. It's just that simple. So you can say they haven't been tested like that. The losses that they had was due to the fact of them being lackadaisical through the playoffs. So you can say that they wasn't motivated like that, and then they woke up and you can say those things. I mean, Indiana gave them everything. They gave them a chance. I mean, even though they handled their business, but them games was closer than they need to be. So I'm rolling with my pick with Dallas. I'm rolling with Dallas. But I'm not blind to the fact that Boston, if you want to say have more, even though to me you got Jaylen Brown's the number 2 guy. Tatum's number 2 guy. Kristaps to me is the number 3 guy. Even though you got 2 number 2s and a number 3 versus 2 number 1s, those number 2s and number 3s can get hot. And I don't think that Luka has the defense to stop no Tatum, Jaylen Brown, or Kyrie. But then again, they can't stop them either. So it kind of cancels each other out. So the X factor is Kristaps Porzingis. Is Kristaps Porzingis gonna handle his business? Because he's the guy who can cause the biggest problem here, because nobody on Dallas can stop Kristaps. You know what I'm saying? If he get hot, like, he's gonna do more damage than what a Tatum and the Brown would in this series, I feel like, because of his perimeter shooting. You know what I mean? He's gonna cause more damage because that's the glaring mismatch here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still gonna roll with Dallas. I'm gonna say, due to the matchups, and I'm gonna roll with this, I'm gonna say Dallas in 7. I think it's gonna be a tight series. I don't see teams getting blew out in this series. It's too much talent on the floor. I don't see blowouts. The way these teams play, I don't see blowouts. I'm gonna say Dallas in 7. I hope it's quicker, but I'm gonna say Dallas in 7. Boston could win this series just as much as Dallas can. This is not some matchup where you say, "Oh, Dallas gonna win easy or Boston gonna win easy." That's not gonna happen. If you saying that, you lying to yourself and you being a fanboy, really. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it real. As much as I want Dallas to win this, they can lose this series just as much as they can win it. You know what I'm saying? This is not no 8-ball corner pocket shot, dog. This is not that. You know what I mean? It's gonna be tight. Dallas is gonna have to play better basketball in order to win. I know that they're gonna have to play better. They can't be playing inconsistent like they have been doing. You know what I'm saying? But then again, Boston have inconsistency issues too. It's not like they playing against a team who's been just dominating the competition through the playoffs. They haven't been doing that. So, and that could be lack of motivation too. Now that could be that as well. But I have not liked what I've seen from neither one of these teams going into the finals. So, I'm rolling with Dallas in 7, and that's my concrete pick. Josh will be giving y'all his pick Saturday. I don't remember what his pick is, so I can't necessarily say. I think he said Dallas. I could be wrong. I'm gonna let him tell y'all that Saturday. So that's my pick, Dallas in 7. Kristaps Porzingis is the X factor. All right. So I'm gone. Peace out. Show love. Share the content. I'm gone. Huh?
Can I rap? On the path to being the best power in the airwaves, jingling the way we break it down the game. Wide body on the highway, we not in one lane, no nonsense. Logic with every topic. The talk too real, the party we not invited. Want the truth? F&S subscribe to it. The death shows, who's play and ride to it. The voice is more important than the image. Feel every word spoken, no need for camera tricks. We on the grind, freeze corner with Jay sideline. DBP next in line. You gotta feel he did know when you're fired. We in it for the long haul, the fatigue's off. We don't get tired. Nah, we don't get tired. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. F&S Network, we here to stay.